everybody, welcome back to the West Coast and welcome back to Simulation for the Nation, where today we are finishing up servicing our Chrome baler. We've put about 150 bales onto the machine so far this season, and as it's the first 150 bales to go through there, we're just making sure everything is working as we would like it to. Make sure there's no adjustments we need to do if there's any tension taken off the belt at all that we need to kind of tighten back up there. And as you can see, we're running a little bit low on baler twine, so we'll get that increased in there as well. Put some new balls of twine into there. Everything's looking good though so far, no real concerns. So what we do need to do is let's head on down into the tractor, and then we're gonna get these bales put in. So we might, these balls of baler twine. Easy for me to say. We don't need this anymore. Actually, we'll just shut this up. This great little service trailer. And yeah, we'll jump into the vent and then we'll just get these get this refilled here. And I believe I need to press M to do this. And we should see that pallet disappears. Perfect stuff. So we haven't got many bales in there, it's about 50%-ish I believe now, but it's going to last us for a while, and if I'm honest, all I can be bothered to throw into the back of the pickup truck, so it'll keep us going, that's for certain. We haven't got any more grass cut down at the moment, so I'm going to have to get probably Nathan out to do that. We've only got a couple more fields standing, and then we need to actually get out there and put some more fertilizers down, which we'll be doing shortly. But for now, we'll just fold up the baler and we'll just leave it parked up here. I might edge us forward a little bit actually, just so we're not sticking out too much. Just sneak us under that lean-to a bit there. Let's do this. I haven't got a great deal of height clearance there, never mind. So we're going to jump into the truck here. What we've got to do for the rest of the day, we need to clear the fields around the yard that we have still got bales down in, and we'll bring those back to the yard to have them stacked. And then before we head off, we'll get those stacked into the shed there. But we're just going to pull this truck out the way, assuming I don't hit my own wall. And we'll just pull this around the corner for now. Again, making sure I don't want to hit my own house. It's very unproductive. So you might realise that this is a little bit different. The main reason for this is has already been recorded, and I didn't switch my microphone on. For some reason, my computer decided that I didn't need that today, so I'm having to kind of narrate this as we go. But we'll get through this. We're going to take out the John Deere now. The small paddocks around the yard don't have a lot of bales in them, truth be told. I think there's only about a dozen or half a dozen across the two fields there, but we do need to clear them anyway, and that's half a dozen bales that we would have to buy if we didn't make these. So we will get these gathered in very quickly, and we're going to stack all of these bales in this Dutch barn here. Actually, these will be for our own livestock. The bale chaser unfolded. Yeah, there's not a great deal in here at all. But we do need to get these all cleared today. We are due some nasty weather over the next coming few days there. And with Seasons mod installed, if you leave bales out in the field in the rain there, they will disappear on you in the rain. So we need to make sure we get everything under cover really. So we've got a few more to get in. But it shouldn't take us too long to do here. With the rain that we have coming there, we're going to leave the rest of the grass we have standing at the moment. It's not worth cutting it down yet for it to just get soaked and start to rot away. So we will leave that for now. But what we will be looking to do is get some fertilizer down on these hay grounds, just so we can get a good second cut, ideally. But yeah, so we'll be looking into do that in the future, in the coming months, coming days, sorry. And just like that, we've got a field pretty much cleared already. It's that easy. Oh, well, I forgot a bale. How did I miss that bale? So I hope you're all doing very well today. Please do let me know down below what you're getting up to. And hello and welcome to all those new subscribers. Thank you very much for choosing to subscribe to the channel. It really does mean a lot and really does help this channel grow. So thanks once again. I hope you do enjoy what you see. And a big thank you to everyone who commented with all the nice words on the new series we released on Saturday, A Growing Understanding. Thank you for everyone who watched that, but big thank you more importantly to Dusty Day for agreeing to participate in that. It was really did mean a lot, and I thought it was very good, a good understanding and insight into a modder and their thoughts and feelings on what goes on. So we will be looking to continue that. I will be over the course of this week recording the next couple, and they're going to be. I'm really looking forward to those. Actually, some great guests, so they should be great. So looking forward to that one, as I say. Do keep an eye out on the channel to see when they arrive, for sure. I'm going to wing through this gate here. I think there are only 2 bales in this field. Yes. Hardly worth the effort. Jump tap, get the line back up. That's perfect. So I think we might have 2 or 3 in the next field across, so we'll just fold up and nip in and get those ones quickly. There's one more field around by the yard here, and it's down by the main road. That one will have a few more in there. I think there's about a dozen or so in there, but yeah. We have to get all of these smaller fields just done and bailed up and out of the way for now. One of the next fields we will be looking at mowing and baling will be the straw facility ground. So there's a small field there, about 12 acres there that we need to mow down. Now what I'm going to try and do with those bales, there won't be a great deal coming off there, but those bales will be kept, and we're going to put those into, try and experiment to see how they fare when we turn those into pallets. So we'll be looking with great intrigue to see how that works. Now that will be something that we'll probably do in a week or so, as we have to kind of wait just to see how this weather holds on. But yeah, we'll definitely get to that sooner rather than later. Right now we have used up all the straw we have over the facility for pallets. I'm in 2 minds whether or not I should buy some more straw. Straw is very expensive at the moment. Now I can make that back on pallets, but it is a significant cost. But it's something that we may do just to increase our stocks, really. For if I buy 6 bales, the first pallet I make usually has to go towards the profits from that, or the proceeds from that first pallet go towards covering the cost of the straw, which is a lot of money. But it's certainly something at the moment we just don't have enough to facilitate that ourselves. Anyway, onwards down the hill, and we'll go and get this last little bit all cleared up. I'm parking my machines in terrible locations today. I'm trying to get around that corner. So this field, despite being very small, was an absolute killer to bale. More realistic mod again comes through shining, and it's, well, as you can see there's a slight hill on this field, so it was particularly slow. However, I think there's about 10 or 12 bales in here, so I believe we can get them all into one round. This chase is going to get a little bit heavy as we try to push our way up. think any smaller tractor, even though this bale chaser doesn't need a lot of horsepower to handle it, any smaller tractor and any lighter tractor would really struggle with this. It's really just kind of thrown around quite a bit, particularly when you go down a slope. But, it really just needs some guts. Somehow we need to make it up this hill, come on. Someone was telling me that with more realistic, if you have the ground response mod engaged or enabled as well, then that will exaggerate some of the issues with more realistic. So that's definitely something I'm going to have to look into to see if that's the case. I think it was, I saw it on a Simulate video that was the case. So it's definitely worth looking into, particularly because more realistic is great. I love what it does. I just find it a little bit frustrating on hills when you suddenly find you're baling at 25 miles an hour going down a hill and about 1 mile an hour going up at the same hill. So it's something that I need to look into. But aside from that, I do think it's great. I was baling some round baled silage the other day on a different map, and I had a really thick swath, but in places the swath was a little bit lighter, and it really was very good to see how the baler would handle that. Or not handle it in the case of this thick swath. Alright, so we're going to wing this back up to the yard. We will drop these bales off and then park this up in the sheds. We'll not need this tractor or rig for the rest of the day. And then we're going to have a look at getting these bales stacked up quickly. The sun is about to start setting, so we might end up doing this into the evening, but we need to get it done, like I say, can't avoid it. And we also need to feed the sheep whilst we're here as well. They have some water back. I think I noticed they're pretty much out of grass, so we need to check on those guys. We've had a successful lambing season so far. Lambing finished probably about a month and a half ago for us. There's a few stragglers. I've got about half a dozen stragglers that just hanging on and in no rush at all. But the rest of them are all done, so we're continuing to increase our flock size, which is always good news. We'll hopefully be looking to increase it by about another 100% soon. We're about 100 sheep at the moment. So I'd look forward to increasing that maybe to about 200, 250 over the next year and a half. Probably gonna have to buy in a new bloodline for that as well, just to aid the flock control and flock management. Oh, where are you going? This is a little bit a poor reversing job. Drop those off there. Alrighty, so we're done with the John Deere. I think we might just sling this into the big shed here with the hay in. I also need to stack the bales of hay in this shed a little bit better. They're kind of just placed in here for now, out of the way. But we will look into getting those tidied up a little bit. Well, that's a good rainy day job, I think. And I'll just park that there. So what we're going to do now is jump into the telehandler and we'll get these loaded up and see how we get on there. Alrighty then, everybody. So we have just finished up putting some hay into the sheep there. We might put one more bale in just to give them enough for the rest of the day. I lost a couple of bales here at the end there. They fell off the stack as I didn't quite lift the forks up, so they're kind of lying on the side there, but they'll be alright for the night. We'll get those adjusted when we come to when we come to bring some more bales into here, I suppose. But for now, we'll just take this one off the end. Just want one of you. Oh, yeah, okay, you can stay there. We are going to need a lot more bales of hay than that so far, but we will get around to making at least one more second cut, like I've mentioned. All just depends upon how the weather's going to hold out to see if it's... When we come to making that second cut there, we will be deep in the middle of harvesting our spring cereal crops as well, so we'll have to try and balance those out. But we will. So for now, we're finished with the telehandler. We'll sling it into the shed here. Keep it out of the way. Get the lights turned off. And we're going to head over to the truck there, where we'll drive on over to the main farm over at Little Woolhope, and we'll see you in the morning. Well, what's going on, everybody? We are back and we are ready to go this morning. We've already been a little bit busy. As you can see here, we have the Massey Ferguson outside the house. We are going to be putting some fertilizer down on our grasslands this morning. We're due some rain this afternoon, so we're going to try and get some fertilizer out before that rain comes. So it's not going to be much, just a couple of millimeters, and it'll help to wash the fertilizer in. We're putting the granular fertilizer down this morning, designed to give us a little bit of an extra boost, and it's going to be a 27 to 5 to 5 plus 6% ratio. And the idea is that 6% is that 6% is added sulfur, which is added in there to aid boost the initial growth of the grass. When we're trying to regenerate the grass quality and the grass growth after a harvest, we need to take off as much as possible. And so we need to also add all those nutrients back in there, and so it should get a real good boost. Also, before we jump into the truck there, what I'm going to show you is our new lorry, our new vehicle in the fleet. We bought this new man truck. I went to have a chat with the dealers to see what they could do for us. I wanted a straw lorry, as I've been discussing. This will be used for several different tasks, really. Primarily, it's going to be carting fodder. We know that we have an increased output of hay, silage and straw bales in the coming future, so we wanted a vehicle that we could transport large quantities around at a given time, which this will be able to do here. As you can see, it's a 6x2 with a trailer on the back as well, an extendable body on the back of the lorry as well. I didn't think I was going to walk away with the truck. The higher purchase rates were fantastic though, so I couldn't really say no. We are right now waiting to complete our operating license details before we can really operate the truck. So I'm waiting to get my licensing back through the mail and then get everything registered through us and our insurance, so that's all in the process. But it's a very great truck, really pleased with it. So it's going to get some great service for us, and it'll also be a great addition to the straw facility as well, being able to cart pellets down to our distributor. And I really do like this trailer. Again, a nice sized trailer with extendable body. It gives us lots of capacity. Oh, and our hoses aren't connected there either. There we go. Very nice. So now then, we are going to we'll leave this truck here. We're going to head on over to our pickup truck. We need to, before we go any further, we're going to have a look down at the new, or the second-hand building that we put up here. And I'll also show you the stacked silage bales here, actually. We managed to get all of our silage bales cleared and stacked. We need to move that trailer, but they're all here. We're going to keep them here now, probably until late winter, maybe early spring, where we'll sell them on when there's a shortage of grass, and we can get hopefully a better price for them all. I don't think I'm going to add any more silage bales to that pile. I think that'll be sufficient. But yeah, very happy with how that's turned out. Now we just need to probably unhook this service trailer and leave it here, actually. it's probably next going to be used on the combine. We're going to have to get that out of the shed soon. Won't need to do too much servicing to it because it is a brand new machine waiting to go, but we'll just a few pre-harvest checks really, so we'll leave this here. It's lovely. And so yeah, we're going to take a look at this this second-hand shed that we bought. Now you may have seen in the previous episode that we bought this off a local farmer. I think I've paid in the region of about £4,500 for this shed, and that was included in that cost was the farmer helping us to deconstruct the shed in situ, and then I shipped it over here. I actually got hired in a construction specialist and they specialised in ag buildings. Now the reason I wanted to do that was because I wanted to salvage the entirety of the shed. Quite often when you dismantle a shed with a curved roof such as a Dutch barn, the tin might not go back on properly when you rebuild it, so it will be twisted some way. So I made it by bringing those guys in. They were able to fit it on properly. So all I really had to do was level the ground here and sacrifice a little bit of the crop, but not too much. But yeah, so here we are. We've got a nice large Dutch barn, plenty of space in here for straw bales, which is great, and a nice area to move in and around. It's a little bit uneven at the top there, but we're going to have to come back in here anyway and put a French drain in, I think. Just because of the way the land is situated, any surface runoff here is going to come down this way from the hill. So we'll put a drain up along this edge, I do believe, just to kind of capture all of that. But yeah, so we've got a lot of bales here. The reason we opted to put it into this location really is just because of the number of fields we have around about. Now if I can bring up my map, try and find, give you an indication of what I mean here. I might put it against the truck here so we can kind of see it. So we actually own all these fields down the east side of Little Woolhope and to the north, and that's a lot of fields that we have predominantly, apart from two of the fields I think we have are sown with spring wheat and spring barley. So there's going to be a lot of straw that we need to stack somewhere, and we can get a lot of that stored into here, and it means we don't have to drive through the village or back over to the other yard to stack them. And we can keep them here for a while, and then also bring a lorry in here when we need to empty to load it up, and it's no harm done. So that's where the advantage comes in with this really. So it's going to be really great for us to be able to get this filled up, and then I don't have to worry about the bales at all. Once they're in here, they're out of the way, and we can just come in and unload them as we need to. And as you can see, the manufacturer was able to, or the contractor was able to get everything loaded up perfectly. Anyway, we'll head on back up to the farm. Let's see the thing on that pillar. There we go. And away we are. The road's nice and quiet this morning, nice and early, no one's out there. It's the best time to be on the road, I find. Alright then, so at this stage we are going to call it quits for the day. I would like to say thank you very much, as always, to everyone who has watched. Thank you for your feedback. If you have enjoyed today's episode, then do remember to hit that like button and smash that subscribe button if you haven't already. I have been Simulation for the Nation. You have been fantastic. I hope you've enjoyed it. Do remember to stay safe, enjoy what you're doing, but most importantly, happy farming.